The COVID-19 pandemic needs no introduction anymore. It has shaken the world's economy, the health system of many countries, and has massively affected human life. Almost after half a year into the pandemic, COVID cases are still rising in many parts of the world. Now, the question is, can anyone get infected by the coronavirus twice? To address this question, we need to understand some basics. The coronavirus has multiple parts. Inside the virus lies the genetic material, the RNA. Thus, the virus hijacks the host cell and turns them into virus factories. The human cell ingests the virus through a process known as endocytosis. Once inside the cytoplasm, the virus hijacks the cell machinery to transcribe the RNA and produce new virus particle infecting other cells. Let's begin the understanding with a case study. A 48 years old lady developed fever on 17th of January in Guangzhou, China. She disclosed that she had been traveling from Wuhan from 11th to 13th January. The patient's oropharyngeal swab test of SARS-CoV-2 by RT-PCR assay was positive. According to the diagnostic criteria in China, she was confirmed as a COVID-19 patient. As you can see in the dynamics of swab test, on 24th of January, that is the day 8 of the onset, she tested positive for the virus. Consecutively, on 28th and 30th of January, she tested negative for the virus. But on 2nd February, that is day 17th of the onset, she tested positive again. But fortunately, on 5th, 7th and 17th of February, she tested negative consecutively. So the question arises, can governments issue immunity passports to the infected population? In a scientific brief on 24th April 2020, the World Health Organization clearly stated that there is currently no evidence that people who have recovered from COVID-19 and have antibodies are protected from a second infection. As per the Korean Center for Disease Control, every patient who has recovered from the coronavirus has fragments of the virus which are still detected in the human body up to 2 months. Dr. O of Seoul National University Hospital added that the tests detected the ribonucleic acid of the dead virus, leading to false positives. He explained that the technical limits of PCR tests, they cannot distinguish whether the virus detected in people's bodies is dead or alive, thus leading to false positives. We need to understand, does a patient recover fully before discharge? In India, where the health system is continuously battling to cope up with the rising patient number, COVID positive patients are often discharged before they completely recover, when they are physically fit. That means patients have the virus, but the viral load is so low that it cannot really reinfect the individual or is contagious anymore. Patients may feel sick after discharge. This is probably due to the inflammatory cytokines produced by their immune system. So we can conclude that symptomatic patients once infected with COVID-19 are immune from any further infection. They may have mild symptoms after a few weeks due to the inflammatory response, as the virus may still live within the cells, but it is non-pathogenic. The patients who were completely asymptomatic are still vulnerable, as their immune system didn't get strong signals to switch on the adaptive immune response. So from all the evidences, we can conclude that COVID-19 do not relapse in patients whose first infection was symptomatic or severe. The mild symptoms may arise due to amalgamation of infected body cells and immune response. But due to vulnerability issues, asymptomatic patients should protect themselves for a time being.